Hi YouTube family, so I'm going to teach you guys how to make my rice, white rice, not Spanish rice. So first off, I had a request for this. We use jasmine rice. I already have it measured here, 1 cup, and for every cup of rice you use 2 cups of water. Okay, and what you do first though is you rinse the rice. So you pour it in a strainer, one that has smaller holes like this, and you run it underwater. So I don't want to move my phone, but I'm basically mixing my fingers on top of the rice in the strainer. You normally do it for probably like 30 seconds or so. This video will have a few parts, but teaching you how I do it. You shake it like this. When the water runs slightly clear, it doesn't have to be all the way, then you know it's good enough. Don't be here doing this for like 2 or 3 minutes. So you lift it up and shake it almost like as if you're shaking out pasta. You want it like that. So that's the first step, and you can just set it on the counter. That's step 1. Okay, next you're going to get a pot that has a lid that fits on top of it. And then you are going to get butter, which I have in the fridge over here. You can use oil, but I just like to use butter. You take a dollop of butter. By the way, I just cut up jalapenos. I'll show you. Like I have a whole thing going on right here. You take a dollop of butter, like right about this amount for the amount I'm telling you to make, and you put it into the pot. Okay, continuing on. So once you have the butter melted in the pan, I don't know if you can kind of see that, you're gonna add a little bit of salt. I always put it in the cap. Do not pour it directly in because you never know if it's gonna mess up. And then the garlic powder, just go like that, a little splash. When it's heated up like that, the butter is melted, put it back on the burner after I've done what I told you to do. Shake the rice out one more time, and then you're gonna pour it into the pot. All of it just like that. Now, I don't know if I didn't mention you have this on a medium as the butter's melting. You do not want it to burn. We're gonna turn it up to medium high, not high, and we're going to brown the rice. So I'll stop it here, and then I'm making this into parts, and I'll do part 3 about what we do once the rice is brown, okay? Okay, next step is this. Once the rice is a little toasty, you do not want it even brown, basically, if you're making white rice. You get your water ready. So you measure out, remember I told you 1 cup of rice equals 2 cups of water. And I always go a little bit under, to be honest with you. So I will go kind of like that. And you're gonna hear a sizzle now. This is what it's supposed to sound like. So it's supposed to sound like. It's supposed to actually sound louder than that, but I had to measure it and I wanted to film this for you guys. And then use filtered water, boil it with your kettle, or if you have a filter system or some sort of thing where you have filtered water, it's gonna be a lot better than if you use tap water. Once again, a little bit under a cup, and you pour it in. After that, put the lid on it, and you bring it to a rapid boil. So right now, I'm gonna keep it at medium-high until it starts boiling, and then I'll show you the final result. So after it starts boiling, when you notice a rapid boil, you can peek and like look at it with the lid, turn it down to low, like as if you were like simmering something, and leave it on that, and do not pick the lid up unless you feel like it's necessary. By the way, I use a wooden stick. This is gonna sound crazy, or a wooden spoon. I use wood when I cook because plastic melts and things like that. So it's almost like a chopstick type thing that I use when I'm cooking stuff like this. So anyway, I'm gonna show you the final results when it's ready. Okay, I'm back. And so the final results, the rice should look fluffy like this. See how it's steaming hot? I forgot to mention how long you leave it covered. It depends on the rice, okay? So jasmine rice, this honestly probably took about 12 minutes if I were to guess. But when I said peek, if you want to, I guess you kind of need to get familiar with the rice. So peek if you can look through the glass top of it with the lid and you can see that there's not much water in it, it's better to remove it and check it than just keep it on there and then have it get mushy. So when it's at this texture, sorry, here's my stick, right? Like it's still kind of sticky rice, but it's still a little bit wet. That's when I do not put the lid back on it. And I keep the burner low. And then afterwards, I'll show you, this is just white rice, plain white rice. If you are using margarine that is not salted or unsalted butter, I like to do this because I promise you it's a really good hack. I get about this much for the 1 cup of rice I cooked. And then the amount of salt I put in originally, after I plop this onto the rice that's in the pan, I sprinkle that amount of salt on top of it and you mix it together and it's going to be fantastic. So I guess I'll stop here and then I'll do like a quick one of, I'll put it in a bowl and you can see what it looks like and I'll try it. How about that? Okay, I'm back with a special guest. We're gonna try it. I'm gonna show you really quickly with my wooden stick method how it's more like sticky rice. Do you see how it's kind of gotten different now? It's fluffy, but it's more, I guess you kind of got to be here to see it, but we're both gonna try a bite.
Taco night.
It's taco night, by the way. I didn't even tell them that yet.
Sticky
So
night.
this is our sticky rice. Hot.
I love her rice.
Well, that's hot and hot. Goodbye.
Hi everybody. That was really good.